Hey YouTube, Zach Butler here. Just wanted to bring you my updated Punk deck profile as far as I'm at currently in the Photon Hypernova format. This is built for the new Forbidden Unlimited list. I'm a bit stumped. Kashtira is a very powerful deck. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys kind of what we came up with so far. It's still very early conceptually, but I figured maybe you guys could take some inspiration from this, build something yourselves that you might find some more success with, and you know, just wanted to show you kind of where I was at with this as a whole. Things are a little different than they were before, so we'll just kind of go over it piece by piece. And yeah, so first up, you've got 3 Foxy Tune, of course. That's very standard. 3 Ogre Dance, again, very standard, as well as the double Deer Note for the large punks. This hasn't changed at all. I still very firmly believe in the 6 of these, just because you want to see your 3 copies of Xiamen as consistently as possible, so it actually gives you 9 copies here, plus the 3 teleport, giving you 12 copies, so it gives you 12 starters right there. 1 Logon, again, very standard. To search out the field spell, but one thing that I did do differently this time is I'm playing 2 copies of Sharakusai. This is because the ability to quick synchro comes up a lot more, and you're actually using the one that you leave on field a lot more often. If you leave it on field at all, there's also many combo lines that don't involve you bringing it back with the Deer Note, so having a second copy to be able to quick synchro into the Amazing Dragon was very valuable, I found so far. Because of Photon Hypernova, I am actually playing the Therions. So there's 2 King Regulus, 1 Lily Borea, 1 Duke Yule, and 1 Reaper Fume. These are the only 5 that I play. The reason why there's only 5 is simply because you don't need to see them more often, and thanks to a single Xiamen, you actually can get to 3 of them very easily, and I'll show you how to do that. These just offer you more turn 1 plays, as well as just more threats, which I found the Punk deck was lacking. Another awesome extender that we get in Photon Hypernova is Gold Pride Nitra Head. So what this does is if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can just special summon this from your hand, and it's at level 8, which is the perfect level for this deck. But what's really cool is if you're playing against Kashtira and you know you can just summon this, and then on their standby phase, it will summon a token to their field, locking them out of being able to just summon a Kashtira for free, which is really good. If they do manage to summon the token, or summon past the token, you can actually pop the token with the Nitra Head and destroy cards in adjacent columns and zones, which is really cool. For the hand traps, currently there's just 3 Nibiru, 1 Ghost Ogre. The 3 Nibirus obviously make sense because the Kashtira deck plays into them very heavily. Ghost Ogre is very good against Kashtira Birth, as well as Kashtira... it's actually just really just Kashtira Birth, assuming that they don't have like a Rise Heart in the field or anything like that. But it's also just a level 3 Psychic Tuner. And then 3 Cyframe Gear Gamma and the Driver as well. I'm typically not a fan of Gamma, especially in decks like this, but Gamma gets more value in this deck by being a level 2 tuner that you can summon off of E-Tele, so that way with like your Nitra Heads and things like that, you can actually make your Baron more often. So it gives you just another way to potentially get into a level 10 Synchro. Also, if you Gamma them, it's just a 1 card Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis, or the Jam Dragon Drive, and then your whole combo goes off, basically. So that was it for the monsters. For the spells, you have the 1 Jam Extreme Session to search off of the Logon, 3 Emergency Teleport, of course, it's your best starter in the deck. 1 Endless Engine Aggro System, and then 3 Therion Coliseum. This was a card I'm not sure I necessarily want to play at 3. I'm just not totally sure what else I want to play. You could play more hand traps in place of like 2 of these, because you don't really need multiple copies of this, because it's so easily searched in the deck. And then the last card in the deck was the 3 Infinite Impermanence. So that was the main deck. For the extra deck, you've got one Rising Carp, of course. Let's go. One Amazing Dragon, one Psychic End Punisher, one Baron DeFleur, Jam Dragon Drive, and Diabolantis the Menacing Mantis. Diabolantis is like the most important synchro now, actually, because this really like sets off your combo. And I can show you with what with drawing just E-Tele what you can do off of a Xiamen alone. For the Xyz right now, I'm playing the Utopia package because this is more of a rank 8 deck. I just wanted to try this. You could definitely cut these for other cards though, like more links or more synchros. Fortune Tune, Sargas. This is the most important rank 8, honestly, because it's what gets you to your Therions. Zombie Vampire. I wasn't sure about this one. It depends. If Tearlament continues to be such a powerful deck, this definitely can't be played, but if Tearlament falls off in your area and you feel like it's worth the risk, by all means go for it. Divine Dragonite Felgrand. This is your other rank 8 going first that you try to make if you can. Dingirsu for when you go seconds. Zeus, and then Lambda just to be able to gamma them when you have a field out. So that's the deck. Let me show you really quick here. Let's just say you open E-Tele. And you E-Tele for Xiamen. You pay your 600 for Xiamen, of course. And you grab yourself a Sharikusai. Sharikusai then can pay 6 and fusion into Rising Carp. Rising Carp then tributes itself to summon the Wagon as well as the Deer Note. Wagon would then search the field spell, of course. And in this combo, you won't see the field spell used, but if you draw like any extenders, obviously you would use it. Then you synchro these two into Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis. And you'll have Mantis be link 1, Deer Note link 2. Deer Note will bring back the Rising Carp. And then Diabolantis will send Lily Berea. You can then overlay these two, since they're both 8s, into a Sargas. And Sargas can search for the Regulus. You can summon Regulus, equipping Lily, and then you just activate Lily to get the field spell, the Discoliseum. And Discoliseum can grab you one of your other Therions. Obviously, you'll grab one of these two, but if you drew this, you can grab one of these two. If you drew one of, like, you just can summon this. If you have, let's say you drew, like, another tuner and you wanted to make a Baron, you could summon Reaper. If you drew Nitro Head and you wanted to summon a rank 8, you could grab Duke. There's just a lot of flexibility there, and that's, again, just off of E-Tele or just off of the normal summon of a Xiamen and any card in hand. And that's not counting any extenders at all. So that's like if your hand is totally dead, you can at least end on like 2 rank 8s or something. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys have been doing with the new cards from Photon Hypernova. I know I'm really excited to continue trying. I want to try a more Gold Pride focused version of the Punk deck. I would love to hear your thoughts. Any feedback would be great. I'm still trying to figure this out myself. And if you see me in YCS Las Vegas, I will be on coverage. Please come and say hi. Don't be shy. And thank you again for all the support.